Okay, on this video we're going to do a quick review at the start, and we're going to have 4 replays just leading up to the third mark game. So it's in the Sentinel. As you can see, I'm using the advanced loader optics camo net. I run a large repair kit, a small med kit, and food. So it's got a 30% bonus to XP and a 22% bonus to silver. So both are quite low, but it's fine. Engine, you can get up to 60. It's just that initial acceleration, it's really bad. You could consider running fuel. The gun, 0.39, this is with the crew in it, I believe, so fairly inaccurate. Alpha of 150, the penetration's quite good. Tracks, 40 degrees of rotation, it's quite good. Turret, nice view range. Again, turret speed's fine. Signal range 450, so it's fairly good. The ammo, a couple of times I got ammo racked. So it's on the side. So when you look at it side on, it's just below the turret, just off to the back. But yeah, you can get ammo racked in that. This is the crew. It's got 6 skills. It's got the sort of the 4 standard ones, I would say. 6 sensible leader, rapid loading, steady aim. And then with this one I'm running the vision skill and the camouflage skill, just to really increase that the camouflage that this tank has. So into the replays. So the first one is on prog. Just having a look. So yeah, fairly heavily tier 6, got a couple of tier 5s on each team. But yeah, I'm just going to go to the usual location that I take. A couple of artillery. One of them's platooned up with what looks like a couple of heavies. So I'm thinking at this stage maybe the heavies are going to go down the 1-2 line, maybe they're going to go towards the hill. Either way, that artillery will probably be helping them out. Get a light tank pop up. I get spotted. Feel like I'm probably one of the first few tanks to be spotted, so artillery's probably looking over this way now. Just pause there, and as you can see, I'm struggling to get up this hill. Fully accelerating up. This T-34 just trying to get the a nice spot behind that rock. It's a good spot, but early in the game, it's not going to work very well with the amount of firing angles everyone has. Just seeing that this light tank is the priority now. I feel that if there are lots of camping sort of A2, B2 area, that light tank over in E1 is really going to be a nuisance, particularly for me. So yeah, as you can see, they've got one of the heavies pushing already. Getting some assistance damage. Quite a slow start at the moment. We've just sort of got about 400 combined. Yeah, just trying to put a shine to this one. We spot up the 88. Get a shot, but we take one. Looks like we're into the gun mantle. Damaged the gun as well, so we get him back. Shot that with that heavy down. So there is still a light tank over there. I'm not too sure if it's retreated now, since one of our heavies in G1 are now pushing the area. And there it is. There's one of the lights, and yeah, there's the T-37. So the heavies are going in. I'm thinking I'll put a shot in, waiting for it to come across, but it comes the other way. Put a shot in. Got the AT-8. Take a shot from something back there. We've gone unspotted. Feel like taking the shot just to try and get rid of it, but the Citadel takes it out. So when I was zoomed in there, you could see that it was fairly inaccurate with the 0.39 accuracy, but just with the accuracy now, it does seem to go on target more often than not now, even with that big bloom. As you can see, it's still hitting it. but just waiting for it to fully zoom in. Just aiming for the lower plate, this KV-85. Just going to take a blind shot there. We miss, so we turn our attention elsewhere. At this point I'm considering pushing. I feel like we've got the 2 mediums going down the 1-2 line, and we've got a light tank in support, but we do spot a couple of these heavies camping at the back, so put a shot into the Citadel. Just miss and just hit the front armour. Track it in place, just looking for a shot, and again, just a little bit inaccurate from where I was aiming, and it was just hitting onto the upper plate. But we're up 10-5. We've streaming across the ridge here. A couple of heavies over to the right, a light tank and a medium, and I've got myself going down the 3 line. Just popped the food just to help my view range, and yeah, we've got 4 tanks. They're all camping in this top left corner then, so just going to sit here. If the artillery wants to take a pull at me, so be it. But now I'm just moving in now. Artillery takes a shot, but we're just charging in now. So when it goes downhill, you can get up to quite a good speed. We got up to 45 there, but this slight incline, and we're down to sort of 30. So maybe if you feel that the the speed on the inclines isn't the best, what you'd want, maybe you could put some equipment on the speed equipment. I wouldn't put the one that increases your top speed by 10% and the whole and turret rotation by 10%. I think you'd struggle to get up to 60. What this tank needs is horsepower. So take the one that increases the top speed by 5% but gives you 5% extra horsepower. If you combine that with the fuel, you'll be minimising the tank's main weakness, but obviously what you'd be giving up is maybe view range or the camouflage. It was an idea that I toyed with to do that, but I felt that I was just going to manage that in game. So, try and avoid going up hills and that type of thing. But yeah, it is something to consider if you feel that when you're watching this, if you feel that the going up inclines is just unbearable. Yeah, put the equipment on for horsepower. That's what it needs. Just that initial acceleration. So as you can see, as soon as we get onto a slight decline, we're picking up speed very, very quickly. So we're up to 40 now, but yeah, no chance we're going to hit that 60 that it's got in the garage as being this top speed. See, this night I'm thinking really need to get it out of the game. There's only sort of 1 light tank on each team, so the knight's doing the sort of the right thing. That's what I would do, which is sort of play as a light. So the knight comes up, I'm still focused over there, take a shot. Our team shuts it down. I've got artillery focused in this area. A couple of artillery. This is a really obvious spot to go, especially with sort of 2 mediums. Artillery is going to take shots. Spot up this M4. It dives down. Get the lucky track, and now we're just going through the top of the armour, so there's hardly any armour there, and just finish the M4 off. So we've got quite a nice little chunk of assistance already, so 500 assistance, 300 damage, so it's going well. I'm not too sure what the artillery is doing here, but as you can see, the fairly inaccurate gun is letting us down a little bit. Take a blind shot. I mean, it's artillery, quite a big target, so I felt it was worth a shot. Artillery gets spotted up again, but struggling with the gun impression. But as you can hear, when it goes up an incline like that, almost sounds like it's going to stall or something. See, I had a game on Cliff where I was going up to the hill from the north spawn, went onto the central ridge, decided to relocate up the hill, and I was doing that. I was going about 9-10 kilometers up that, the sort of little path track to go up to the summit of the hill. So yeah, if the mobility is really concerning for you, yeah, just get the horsepower sort of equipment and consumables. But deciding that with that medium, it doesn't look like the medium is going to be moving from that bush anytime soon. We've got the medium and the light over to our right, so feel fairly confident to push this location. It is a really nice little spot. Just seeing if I can get any shots on the tanks up there. So as you can see, it's struggling to get up here. Spot the artillery. I'm going to take a shot. Put a shot into artillery, and there's another Sentinel there. So as you can see, the team is putting shots in. I think that's a couple of hits on the Sentinel now. So we're up to 870 assistance. So just trying to get it spot again. Just put a shot damage in. Don't think it was expecting me to pop up again. Misses the shot, so I got a little bit of time just to aim that in. So the armour on this is, it's the thickness all around it is fairly uniform. The turret is slightly stronger just because the side of the turret is stronger. It's got some quite nice gun depression, but yeah, I wouldn't really say it's hold down. I always try and play the tanks as hold down as I can, just because you're a smaller target. Just focusing this the artillery. Got the T1 heavy over here that was camping the base. It's the last one alive. So we just want to move in, keep it lit, but I feel like the light tank is coming over now, so I'm just putting shots in. So yeah, that was that game. So yeah, 1,300 damage. So yeah, quite a good game. And get MVP. Yeah, best in game for the damage. We do, looks like we got a blind shot in first class on that one. And yeah, that was the second mark game. So yeah, really good game. Always good to get the MVP on that one. And yeah, almost 2,500 combined. So I think the third mark requirement, according to what console website, was about 1,500 to 1,600. So that's what I was aiming for each game. I'm just trying to get out the spawn. So we've got the bad spawn. I don't like this spawn, so I'm going to try and do what I usually do. Just go on this ridge, see if anyone crosses. Got the Bogota going in, so it's a strong tank, so I feel that if it does push the town, that at least there'll be a battle in the town and we won't get overrun right at the start. A lot of our tanks, we've got a couple of mediums and a heavy camping the base, so feel a bit confident about the Bogota going over. Not too sure where that TD was going. Shouldn't really have been spotted, considering the other one's just sitting there. But yeah, so we just pop the food, just see if we can spot one. So we've got this Skoda T25 coming across. We get the tracking shot. We just put another shot in. Feel quite confident that all of my shots are going to go in if it's aimed well. It's quite a tall, big target, that tank. So yeah, that was some nice free damage at the start. Got the Churchill. So Churchills are usually I always just switch to premium for the Churchills. It's got so many different angles on it. So yeah, just trying to put shots in now. So yeah, 1,100 damage already. We haven't really moved from our the spot that we deployed in. So just switching back to the regular ammunition, I don't feel that the Churchill is going to be poking that ridge anytime soon. Snap on, decide not to take the shot, try and aim it in, but unfortunately that split second to try and aim in allowed that TD to drop below that ridge. So we've got the Swedish TD in support here, which is good. He's moving off, so just going to stay here. Fairly confident that there's quite a big push of the enemy team coming round. Got some TDs in support in this area. Churchill's still trying to poke that ridge, so with it not moving, I feel that there aren't hardly any tanks over there, or if there are, they're not moving. And as soon as our medium, heavy and TD go across, it looks like their advance has stalled. Not too sure if it was because the Churchill was just trying to go on the ridge line and everyone else sort of hesitated. But we're now charging in, so we're going to the spot that I usually like to take when I've got the other spawn. The buildings are really good. Spot the artillery up, not too sure, and then not too sure what happened with this. There was a big delay in the damage, so yeah, I'm not too sure if that was going to be a ghost shot and it suddenly realised that there was a shot. So just we've got the I think that's the tier 5, sort of the paper German TD. Just snap a shot. Looks like it went through the lower plate. Just missed the shot unfortunately, and it drops down, but it gets shut down by the Cromwell. So we've got that Churchill loading up the APCR. Terry's taking a shot. Just try and aim for it, but looks like we ended up hitting the actual gun. Put a shot into it, it puts a shot into us, and we're getting hit by this Hellcat. Decide that the Hellcat's probably the priority target at the moment. It's on low health, a big gun. But the Cromwell again shuts that one down. So we've got this Ziska. Again, another fairly big target. So fairly certain, just aiming in between the wheels, just to get into the lower hole, and our, I think that's an artillery, shuts it down. So yeah, it's 11-1 at the moment, loading up the APCR for the last tank. It's a British Bulldog, so yeah, just loading up the APCR for it. I was taking about 12 to 15 APCR rounds, just depending on how lucky I felt with the matchmaking. Sometimes I was getting evenings where I was, seeing tier 8s quite a lot. So those type of evenings, I'd switch a few more APCR in, but just trying to get the last shot. We get the kill. Didn't get too much damage out of it, but 2,100 damage, almost 600 assistance. And yeah, that was a good game on the highway, so we get the MVP. Detected the most enemy tanks, got the ace tank, got the high caliber, the Confederate, and then making some progress. I think this must have been the game after, or a couple of games after the match before. So we have quite a few sort of good games. Lots of sort of first class hovering around that 1,500 game, but this is the last game in this video. This is the third mark game. So on prog, going to the usual spot. It's always good to go to that spot. It's it's an awkward position for the enemy team to dig you out. Even with our artillery in the game, they always, not too sure how the artillery targeting works, but it just seems as though some of them it just goes over the top of the tank. I'm not too sure if the slope helps sort of messing their targeting up, but yeah, I always take this position. If there's artillery in the game, there's artillery in the game. I'm not going to sort of remove myself because they would have not even fired a shot. Bounce off the Bogota, unfortunately snap one into the Ram 2, camping at back, and just finished the Ram 2 off. So up to 500 assistance already. Feel like I'm going to have a good game. I think at this point I was about 1% off, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Was a little bit surprised when I got the 3rd mark after this one. But we're lighting some of them up. The Bogota spots us. It pushes a little bit. I'm just wanting to just push up a little bit, but it doesn't. Got this P43 that's going to be a bit of a nuisance. Seeing lots of shots coming over from sort of the H2, J2 area. Just trying to see if I can get a shot. It dodges it, unfortunately, but we do put one in. Looks like we damaged the engine as well, which is good. And then something's firing from over there. There's lots of bushes over there, so I'm just thinking what it could be. Just seeing if there's going to be a shot coming in from that way, so I can at least try and blind fire one of the bushes, maybe. But yeah, not too sure where that came in from. Getting a little bit more assistance for the artillery on this Bogota. Shots coming in over the top of us, but we ducked down quite well. And as I said, the downhill, it moves quite well. We're sort of the same speed forward and reverse. I think we're actually going faster backwards, but yeah, just 15 kilometers an hour. Light up the heavy tank camping at back, put a nice shot into the lower plate. He's not moving, finish him off. Take a nice shot there. Ammo rack. He stops, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting him to do that. Just putting shots in now. I feel that it's worth taking a couple of hits just to get out of the game. I just missed the turret on that tank. The turret on the Bogota is the weak point. So yeah, always aim for the turret. I think for new players, just auto aiming and just aiming for the hole. Just aim for the turret. Artillery's noticed us now here, so I'm just going to go over this one. I feel that P43 is actually the one lighting us all up. It's on 7 health, which is annoying. You know, maybe someone low rolled or didn't roll high enough and they'd be out the game, but unfortunately he's still there and he's lighting us up every few seconds. So I am risking it just to get out the game. Feel that P43 was responsible for that KV-1S getting taken down. So I've popped the food. I've noticed I'm on the ridge, so I've popped the food just to increase the view range. As soon as that one pops up, I'm going back down, expecting a shell in from the artillery at any moment. There it is. And as I said, on this slope, it always seems like the shells go over the top of you, which is great. So yeah, I really want to get this one out of the game. That's the one that's lighting us all up. It's only me now on this central ridge. Yeah, artillery wants me out of the game. It's really annoying when artillery decides that they're just going to target you. I'm pretty sure that was a blind shot from the artillery. Just trying to reverse out of trouble. Again, yeah, sometimes artillery just wants to get you. It's not really a lot you can do about it. I mean, you can try and play artillery safe. I could try and go up against that rock at the top, but I'm just opening myself up to shots from other tanks. So get spotted again by that P43. I really want it out of the game now. And thankfully, I think he just over over peaks to try and get a shot into me. This Easy 8's looks like he's firing HE or something, not too sure. And we're just putting shots into it now. Not too sure if it was just staying there thinking that he could just beat my reload. Missed a shot on the losers. Allies are helping out now. The enemy seems to be pushing artillery again. But as I was saying, you know, you can play artillery safe. Most of the time I don't. You know, if they're going to hit you, they're going to hit you. You know, they can miss. Not too sure if it's just something people do, but pretty sure that Jagdpanzer IV was firing HE. If he wasn't, he probably would have killed me. So I now decide turning attention to the base. We've got a couple of mediums that push through. Cromwell B. And yeah, not too sure. I got set on fire by something, and then artillery finishes me off. So it got me in the end. Come second in defeat, which is always getting on the podium in defeat. Always shows you had a good game. So yeah, ace tanker on that one. And yeah, I paused there because I couldn't quite believe I got the third mark. So I think I got about just, you know, over 1.2, maybe 1.3 movement just on that game. Yeah, almost 4,000 combined, you know, in a tier 6 medium. So yeah, really good game. These are the stats. This might be helpful to just show you the type of stats that I had to get there. As you can see, the average damage per game, 1,300. Not too sure that includes spotting damage. So obviously the mark will be higher. But yeah, that's the general stats. Got that in 66 games, which is really good. I was pleased with that. I thought my Panzer IIIK 70 games, I didn't think I'd be able to beat that, but to go up a tier and then do it in 66 was good. So yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable and that you learned something from there. But would I recommend getting this tank? Yeah, I think I would. It's a good tank. The mobility is, for me, it's fine. I quite like sort of min-max, so I feel that the Sentinel's got quite a good gun, nice fast reload, good penetration, you know, fairly good damage, and I'm happy to trade a little bit of armor. You can get some bounces, and I'm happy to trade that for, you know, a little bit of a sluggish vehicle. So yeah, definitely recommend that if it's on a personal offer or deal of the week. I know in 2021 it was given away to Game Pass and PS Plus. That probably helped with me marking it as well, to be honest. So I'm not too sure if it would be so easy after sort of the marks sort of go back up to normal. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video.